We shall move to questions without notice, and I give the call to the Honourable the Leader of the Opposition.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Prime Minister. Labor's renewables-only obsession is causing Australians' energy bills to skyrocket, pushing 500 families a week into energy poverty. The National Energy Regulator is now warning that 90% of Australia's existing baseload energy, which is used to firm up renewables, will leave the grid by 2034, within the next decade, and that our country will struggle to keep the lights on. Why is the Albanese government making life harder for Australian families who are already struggling to cope with Labor's cost of living crisis?
Order. The Minister for Climate Change will not interject while questions are being asked. Order. The Prime Minister has the call.
Thanks very much, Mr Speaker. Well, I don't accept what the Leader of the Opposition has just said about the Energy Regulator. Indeed, AEMO, in a statement of 25th of January, said this: record generation from grid-scale renewables and rooftop solar is triggering wholesale energy prices and greenhouse emissions to fall. That's actually what. That's actually what they. That's actually what they said. That's actually what they said. And the Leader of the Opposition asked me about, as he characterises it, he says it is the renewables-only approach. What I say, it is the market-led approach that leads you to the cheapest form of new energy, which is renewables. And when we talk about the approaches that are there, we could take an approach that they have taken. They have taken the nuclear road. And the Leader of the Opposition has said that that is where they want to go, down that road, in contravention of where the market would take us. And he says that once they fix 4 outstanding issues, safety, disposal, cost and location, then they'll be right down that road. But the Shadow Minister came up with less impediments than the Leader, to be fair. He says there are only 3 issues that they need to solve: technical feasibility, financial feasibility and community acceptability. Apart from that, it's all good, Mr Speaker. Apart from that, it's all good. Now, the climate is changing, but the Liberal Party never will, Mr Speaker. We saw it on Nemesis, Mr Speaker, the now Leader of the Opposition, who used the National Energy Guarantee put forward by the former Shadow Treasurer to try and take the leadership and the Prime Ministership, not through a vote of the people, but through the backing of the hard right of the Liberal Party.
The Prime Minister will pause. Order. Members on my right will cease ejecting so I can hear from the Leader of the Opposition on a point of order.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker. My point of order is on relevance. The Prime Minister has a situation where 500 families a week are being pushed into energy poverty. Can he answer a straight question and give them some—
Resume your seat. Mind all members, including the Leader of the Opposition, they are entitled to take a point of order on relevance. The member for Reid will cease interjecting. The Prime Minister has another 30 seconds to answer the question, and the Leader of the Opposition raises a relevant point of order. And I'm just going to ask the Prime Minister to return to the question.
Thanks, Mr Speaker. I suggest if the Leader of the Opposition wants us to go down the nuclear road, he should stop having meltdowns, Mr Speaker. He should stop having meltdowns. Because
Prime Minister will return to the question.
He consistently is all angry, Mr Speaker. Hopeless on energy, but always obsessed with power.